Because people come to the stream for different reasons. Some people come to the stream because I'm just a very attractive man. Some people come to the stream just because they like to bullshit with me. And some people come to the stream for learning how to play, not learning how to play, but learning how to play at high legend ladder. So, like right now, I'm not legend on NA, but I'm legend in EU. The past 2 months, I've got triple legend on all 3 servers. So some people want to learn gameplay or learn different perspectives. Some people want to bullshit, and some people just want to learn. I came for the high legend gameplay. Well, thank you, Lychee. You're very much welcome. I stream because I enjoy interacting with everybody. Like, I love my community.
And we love you too, Trips. Some wise words there from Trips, who often gets triple legend on Wild on all of the different Hearthstone servers. So if you want to see some high level gameplay, check out Trips' stream on Twitch. You'll certainly be entertained, and ask him why he hates birds. He will tell you all about it, why birds are evil. But today, we're checking out Magma's Kingsbane Rogue. Now, Magma is a viewer of this channel, someone who is incredibly supportive. I follow him on Twitter. Always fun to see what Magma is up to. Now, this Kingsbane Rogue is his own creation, and I guess when you're playing it, you want to draw Kingsbane as early as possible, start buffing it. You want to get into those, draw into those 1-cost pirates, which you can then combine with Ship's Cannon to start blasting your opponent in the face for 2 damage each time. That's pretty fun. However, sometimes things don't always work out. As you can see against this hunter here, it was turn 4. He had more or less a full board with minions that were buffed, and my deck was just simply too slow. This Kingsbane Rogue struggled to compete for the board. And that can be an issue sometimes. Sometimes you may not draw Kingsbane. Sometimes you may not get those 1-cost pirates. Sometimes your start can just be too slow. Sometimes you can find that you run out of things to do, you run out of cards. So to compensate for that, Magma has included a copy of Jeeves and 2 Coldlight Oracles in the deck. And that is to get round the problem of having an empty hand with nothing to do. The Jeeves and the Oracles can speed up your ability to draw into Kingsbane or to draw into buff effects that can keep that Kingsbane as strong as possible, or draw you into more pirates that you can play. So let's have a look at a game against a hunter. Now, there's patches in the opening hand. That's been happening to me an awful lot recently. Doesn't make me happy. The previous game against a hunter really didn't work out for me, as you saw. I got overwhelmed by turn 4 and got absolutely destroyed. But this is a more positive start. I've had turn 1 pirate. I've got a shiny finder for turn 2, so we will get Kingsbane. All we're lacking are buff effects for our Kingsbane. But maybe Coldlight Oracle can find those for me. We'll see. Okay, this is a mech hunter that didn't have a turn 1 play, so that's quite positive. And something like that can make all the difference. And no, there we go. There's the concede. Wow. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is redemption from that previous hunter game. Let's see if this shaman can be a bit more of a challenge. Now, I faced this guy earlier in the day, and he or she absolutely destroyed me. I think it was turn 6, and he had a 4-mana 7/7 on the board, and like a couple of things from below somehow, and I just got absolutely destroyed. Sometimes even shaman can just do that to you. You just can't compete with the raw power of the minions that they can play early on. But this is a very good start for me. Patches coming out from the deck, rather than being played from hand. Now, normally I would consider, well, coining Raiding Party, but here we have prep. And we can prep Raiding Party and then coin Southsea Captain. That's really, really good. Let's see what pirates we get here. Double Naga Corsair. Okay, that's going to be buffing up our Kingsbane. That's fair enough. And rather than playing the Kingsbane, we coin out the Captain. That lets us kill off the Healing Totem. Gets us a bit of board presence. Yeah, good start overall. Okay, there's a Deadly Poison, so we could play Kingsbane and Deadly Poison here. But what does that actually do for us? I think playing second Southsea Captain is a better play. It buffs the first Captain, which we can then get a value trade on the Totem Golem. And I think that's better than developing the Kingsbane. So it would turn out this start to the game is all about fighting for the board, rather than buffing and developing that Kingsbane. Interesting. That devolve wasn't great for him. I mean, his 2-1 still dies. And we get a 2-3 out of it. That's not too bad. Okay, so now we can start with the Kingsbane. Still value trading here with my face. Want to keep that board clear. And there is a ship's cannon on the board, so next turn we can play the Corsair and get a bit of 2 damage burst out of that cannon. Wow, he really wants to kill that cannon. And it's a fair play, because sometimes you just leave a ship's cannon alive on the board for a couple of turns. You can find very quickly that you're dead. Because if there are lots of cheap pirates in your hand to combo with the cannon, yeah, it can just be game over. Tinker's Oil here, what does that do for me? It buffs the weapon, but not the minion. So I think this is better. Develop the Corsair, that's a 5/4 body. And we'll see how he responds to this. I was kind of expecting Jade Lightning on the Corsair. Okay, so we have a 4 attack weapon here. We can kill off his 4 health minion. However, I'm going to sap that. Sapping it negates the value that he got from Earthen Might. And I'm going to hold that weapon, because I don't have a way to draw it back into my hand once it gets shuffled into my deck. Is that the correct play? Magma, if you're watching this, is this the correct play? Am I doing this right? He has to deal with this 8 attack minion here. He needs something like a Jade Lightning. He needs another Devolve. Oh wow. Halazeal! Isn't that interesting? I need to kill him. I need to kill Halazeal. We can't leave that on the board. Okay, there's Raiding Party. That's great. We're going to be able to draw our Kingsbane back now. So, how do I want to do this?
Justice is mine.
Play the second Corsair, buff the Kingsbane, draw the Kingsbane back, push another 8 to the face. So, he's shown that he can't deal with that 8 attack minion. Oh, okay, he can now. This is interesting. This is an elemental even shaman. So, if you remember last turn, he attacked in with his 1/1 totem, precisely to set up this Kalimos play. However, I can just play everything here. We have 2 pirates. Okay, into the Kalamos, and oh, that goes face. And that is game over. Okay, so despite a bit of a shaky start, as you saw in that initial clip against the Hunter, where on turn 4 he'd got a full board of mechs that were buffed. Despite a shaky start, we were able to recover, we were able to force a concede from a Hunter, and we were able to wreck an Elemental even Shaman. So what do I think of this deck? You didn't really get to see Coldlight Oracle Jeeves in action in this video, and that is because they weren't really needed into any significant degree. I was able to make do with the cards that I had. I was able to get the buffs on the Kingsbane as and when I needed them. In longer games though, particularly if you're going up against control decks, certainly Coldlight Oracle and Jeeves can absolutely prove their worth to you in terms of drawing those cards. So I would definitely say give those cards a try, and I would be interested certainly in any feedback that you guys have regarding Kingsbane Rogue and what versions of Kingsbane Rogue you think are the best ones to play. I mean, in general, the games with Kingsbane Rogue are quick. You can steamroll your opponent with the right draws. You know, Raiding Party is probably, in my opinion, the most essential card in this deck to keep the pressure up early, and if you can get your pirates to stick on the board and let them go face a few times, as well as hitting face with Kingsbane, then you stand a good chance of winning. But I certainly need more practice with Kingsbane Rogue, and I need to see what I can do to increase my win rate. I've been playing some Odd Paladin recently, and I've had about, what, an 85 or a 90% win rate with that deck. With a small sample of games, it just seems more consistent to me. So I'm interested to see how I can raise my win rate with Kingsbane Rogue, and I guess practice is what I need. So if you guys have any questions about this deck, feel free to ask them in the comments section below, and I'm sure that Magma will respond. So, thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun.